All right, hello everyone. We're going to be setting up for a bit of a harder hole here. Might be the lone time that I pull out extra mile here because I don't think we technically need it, but it's going to make our life a little bit easier. Additionally to that, we're going to kind of set ourselves up. I'd really like to use a sniper, but I don't want distance to come into play. But I also want to make sure that I have topspin if I need it. So I'm a little hesitant here as to what to do. I might need to do sniper, and the power is way down on it, so I'm a little worried about what to do on this hole. Topspin is important, backspin is important. I might have to go big dog. I don't know. This is a tough call. Tough call. Because power, backspin, and topspin are all important, just in case. You never know where your drive's going to be. If you have a short drive, you're going to need to hit a topspin shot. If you have a long, decent drive, then you're going to need to do a backspin shot. But then power comes into the equation because I don't want to need to go into power with a sniper. So all these things are kind of factors that you need to keep in mind when setting up for this hole. And as you can see, my accuracy is really horribly on big dog, so I don't want to have to rely on that either. So really, across the board, not a lot of good options for this hole. This is going to be a bear of a hole. This is going to be the most variable of holes. I think we're going to go with Guardian here. So the curl, well, my curl's down though. I think we're going to go with Viper. Need to make sure that I have curl. Of course, backspin, topspin, which topspin's the real thing that I'm missing. So I don't know what level that becomes. You really want to make sure that you have about 30 topspin as a backup precautionary method. I'd really like to kind of go with big dog here, but at the same time, that loss of precision, 2.5 per ring is quite a bit of margin of error, and I don't want a great ball to cost me the green either. It's twice as inaccurate as Viper, over twice, and Viper's not the most accurate club, and Viper's half as accurate as sniper, so so big dog is 4 times less accuracy than sniper. So it would take a 4-ring pull for what 1 ring would do on a great ball. That's the difference. So that's why the variety of things to think about. This is probably going to be the lone time that I pull out a Titan ball just to be, rather safe than sorry. Now, I don't think, especially in Rookie Tour, you don't need it. I can tell you, for the most part, that you're not going to need it. But, it's the time to, respecting this hole is going to be a smart thing to do, just to make sure that you do, at the very least, get the birdie here. So, I'm kind of torn between I'm either going to use a Titan ball because I have a decent amount of them from tournaments, or alternatively, I'm going to use a Quasar ball. Having that good side spin for this tee shot is going to be very nice. And what I do want to do is I do want to kind of see what my opponent does. So this is going to work out nice for me. I might back off to a Quasar based on where his spin goes and how much power he uses, where he lands. Because if I can get it down there, 2/3, 3/4 of the way into that second fairway, and here you can see my opponent backing off. I really hope he doesn't back off. I really wanted to see what that full did. I'm not worried about, I know that he's not going to get down there very far with only 2. That I already know firsthand. So what I wanted to see is, with 4, how close am I to the edge? So I know how much power, all these things. Because the last thing you want to do is outdrive that second fairway, which can also be doing. So I am, I'm between Titan and Quasar. it is nice rather being safe than sorry, but I am going to go a little overkill here, and I'm going to play it towards the notice how I play it towards the opening of the fairway and just kind of curl it back. And here you can see what I'm doing with my power. I'm backing off a little bit, but still at the same time, giving it a little bit of gusto as well, just to make sure that it gets down here considerably. And like I mentioned, you can run through that fairway. So you can see I'm only a couple yards from it. I'm only 8 yards from that fairway's edge. So keep that in mind. But, what I just did there secured me the backspin shot. So my opponent here, he would be smarter to topspin it like he's about to do, hopefully, off of this first fairway. No, why are you topspinning it like this? So no, when you hit that rough up there, it's a backspin shot. When you hit, so let's see what this looks like. So he's definitely going to go long. He should have been backspinning it. And I'm going to show you the backspin shot. So let's hope I can hold this maybe. And you can see, how close I am getting towards max power. You don't want to need to go into power here. You can see when you set up here, it's going to be right around 1 to 2 backspin. So I'm going to use almost 2. You actually can't see my full run out, but I can assure you that, and we are very close to max, which is 1.9 per ring. So at 1.9 per ring, we are going to go 2.5 rings, maybe a little bit under, 2.25. Let's try here. Did get my great ball. But it's not going to cost me anything. And there you can see that it still runs past the hole. It would have been nice to hit perfect ball there. Give that a chance. Alternatively, if we can't get it to that rough spot because we didn't drive it far enough, we need to always have that top spin off the fairway. So if my opponent would have went off the fairway there, he could have still very easily put that off the green. So it's about 2 to 3 topspin with some curl, with some left curl, and full left side spin, and you try to make the second hop bounce on the rough. That same rough that I landed on, you make your second hop do that. And if your second hop hits there, it just runs through and goes, right towards the hole. But keep those things in mind, and I think you guys might be able to get some magic on this hole. That's the big trick here is, be safe. Safe is a lot better than being sorry there. So use a little bit of safety with the way that you drive it. With your second shot, you can get a little bit more aggressive if you pull off a successful drive, like, similar to where I just did. You could just back off just a little bit on the power, because you could see I probably had 8 rings, 8 maybe yards to spare there before I was going into max distance. So keeping that in mind, I think you guys can have some success and potentially make that eagle. So it's going to be very easy to par that hole, but it's also going to be, still possible to eagle. So you don't want to cause a gap between 2 stroke difference where your opponent can get, an eagle from time to time. You definitely don't want to make a par on hole where somebody's going to get an eagle. So keep that in mind, and good luck. I'll see you guys for hole number 8 here.